You think you're tired because you didn't sleep enough, so you sleep more and wake up even more exhausted. But neuroscience actually shows most chronic tiredness has nothing to do with sleep, and that might completely change how you understand your energy forever. In the next few minutes, we're uncovering why your brain drains itself long before your body does, what's really happening at the cellular and neurological level, why rest doesn't always restore you, and 5 evidence-backed shifts that actually move the needle. Not hacks, not hustle advice, brain science. Stay close. Here's what most people get wrong. Tiredness feels like a body problem, but it's mostly a brain problem. Your brain runs on glucose and oxygen, and it burns through them at a startling rate, consuming roughly 20% of your body's total energy while being only 2% of its weight. Think of your brain like a smartphone with 60 apps running in the background. You haven't touched most of them, but they're draining the battery constantly. Those background apps? Decision-making, social comparison, low-grade anxiety, the endless mental to-do list you never actually write down. This is called cognitive load, and most of us are carrying it at maximum capacity every single waking hour. But here's where it gets wild. The paradox most people miss is that chronic tiredness is often not a deficit of sleep, it's a deficit of restoration. Sleep and restoration are not the same thing. You can clock 8 hours and wake up depleted because what your brain actually needed, emotional processing, mental decompression, genuine idle time, it never got. More sleep isn't always the answer. Different rest is. 2 things happening in your brain right now matter here. First, your default mode network, or DMN. This is the system that activates when you're not focused on a task. It's your brain's resting state. But research shows that in chronically tired people, the DMN stays hyperactive even during downtime, still ruminating, still problem-solving, still rehearsing tomorrow's difficult conversation. You never actually switch off, you just switch tabs. Second, your adenosine system. Adenosine is a chemical that builds up while you're awake and clears during sleep. But high stress hormones like cortisol interfere with adenosine clearance, meaning high stress leaves chemical fatigue residue even after a full night's sleep. Have you ever noticed that a week of vacation leaves you more rested than a weekend of sleeping in? That's not coincidence. That's adenosine clearing properly because cortisol finally dropped. Picture this. Your brain isn't a machine that needs to be turned off to recharge. It's a living system that needs to feel safe to restore. Despite this, most of us treat tiredness as a willpower problem. Push harder, sleep faster, optimize the schedule. What almost nobody realizes is your brain can't restore in an environment it perceives as threatening. So here are the 5 things that actually work, backed by the science. 1. Reduce cognitive load. Write the list. Get it out of your head. 2. Protect genuine idle time. Boredom isn't laziness, it's neural maintenance. 3. Lower cortisol before sleep. Not screen time, dim light, cool room, no decisions. 4. Prioritize emotional completion. Unresolved feelings are enormous energy drains. 5. Move your body. Even a 10-minute walk clears adenosine and resets the DMN. So the real psychological insight here is this. You're not tired because you're weak. You're tired because you've been running a remarkably complex biological system without ever reading the manual. The energy was always there. You just needed to stop spending it on threats that aren't real. If this flipped your view of the mind even a little, smash like, subscribe for more brain resets every week, and drop in the comments what surprised you most.